can, updating us on guys like Devin White or Jamel Dean, Stinney, any guys you think you'll get back this week, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I doubt Stinney. We'll see. He's in MRI this morning. Devin, we'll see. We'll limit him Wednesday and Thursday and see what he can do. He did finish the game, but it wasn't Devin, but he did finish the game and gutted it out. Dean, again, he's a wait and see guy, with a bruised shoulder, but it doesn't look like there's any structural damage. So it's just gonna be a pain tolerance thing. So that's pretty much it. Mike Edwards bruised his knee on that kickoff return tackle, and we'll wait and see on him.
Okay. And, Leonard Fournette has been such a big part of your offense this year. I mean, he's got almost 1,000 total yards. I think he's got more catches than Mike Evans. So what is sort of, he's played really well. It's good to have him, but what has sort of precipitated that? Are teams across the league just, going to make you run the football? Like, kind of take us through why you think Lenny has had such a big start.
Well, I think our blocking unit did a hell of a job, and he finds the holes. He's a 240-pound back that can run. And then usually he's coming out of the backside of Mike Evans' side. And he's getting doubled. So you're going to have soft coverage. And those 4 and 5 yard checkdowns turn into 11 real quick. And he breaks a tackle like he did in a 2-minute drill and it's 13. So don't force it down the field. So he's doing a heck of a job in the passing game. It was a nice catch and run on the touchdown. That really good throw by Tom. And he's just playing at a really high, consistent level. He's doing a good job as a pass protector also.
Thanks, Bill.
We'll go to Greg Auman.
Bruce, I just want to check with you on your options on returns. I know you guys had lost Mickens last week, and then we got an update that Jalen was getting evaluated for concussion. So we're just checking how he's doing, first of all, and then what your other options might be for Sunday if he can't go.
He's in the protocol. We'll just wait and see how it goes. Obviously, if he clears the protocol, he'll be the guy back there. If not, Gio would take over the kickoff return, and Scotty Miller would probably do the punt returns.
Thanks very much.
Yep.
Next, we'll go to Jenna Lean.
Okay, sorry about that. There were some signs running by. Coach, a lot of times there's a saying that, like, you can win and lose games, particularly in the fourth quarter. Your team obviously won in the fourth quarter. Can you just talk about, like, from a coaching standpoint, how it's different anytime you're in a tight game like that, just kind of what you need to kind of be on the lookout for and things like that when you're coaching in the fourth quarter?
I think you just have to stay on top of the situations in the game and the way the game's being played. You look at the 2 last road wins, Philly, I think we got it back with 6 minutes and ran out the clock. We could have obviously scored and gone up by 9, but we didn't have to. And this one, it was just a matter of taking that last 3 minutes and 30 seconds, whatever it was, and getting in field goal range. Probably hindsight, I would have got on the headset and told Leonard not to score so that you do take all the time off the clock and kick the field goal so that you don't have that kickoff return. And then also hindsight, we would not kick that ball deep.
Next, we'll go to Ira Kaufman.
Bruce, you took the road route last year to the Super Bowl, so you proved you could do it. But, Bruce, you're 5-0 at home this year, big wins every time. And now there's full stadiums. So, Bruce, in terms of what you're telling your guys, is it more important than ever to get one of those top seedings this year in terms of getting some home games?
There's no doubt about it. I respect the old days. It's only ever happened a couple of times in the history of the league where I was with Pittsburgh and we went to the Super Bowl and won with all the road games. I think the Giants might have done it, but that's not very easy. That's a very hard thing with fans. And, people forget, everybody talks about our road words. We're, 500 on the road right now. That's pretty damn good in the old days when there's fans in the stands and you go to win a place like Philly and you go to win a place like Indy. Those are hard stadiums to win in. So home field advantage in the playoff is a huge, huge advantage.
And Bruce, would you agree with me that that win yesterday, it's like I got a little bit of a different feeling, with all due respect to the Giants and the Bears. Bruce, this one was different in terms of testing, whether you're a championship team or not.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt, just because of the injuries that happened so early in this game and the people that had to step in and play. So I think this was a team that was on fire at home in a really loud game, and we were able to sustain it. And it wasn't pretty in the first half, and they never are on the road. You just got to keep finding ways to win. And when you come out with a +3 turnover and only have 4 penalties, that's pretty good. You got a chance to win.
Thanks, Bruce.
We'll go to Scott Reynolds.
Bruce, given Jamel Dean's shoulder injury, is there a chance Carlton Davis can possibly go this week? Is that too soon for him to be back, or are you optimistic that he might return?
No, he had a real good week of practice last week, and we'll see how this goes. He had a great workout before the game. So right now I'm hoping he'll be ready to roll.
Can you talk about 2 plays in special teams yesterday? Scotty Miller's not known as a gunner. I think he's only done it a handful of times. But for him to be pressed into duty and go down there, didn't have to make a tackle, Bruce, but he was Johnny on the spot and getting the fumble recovery. And then also Mike Edwards, who's been known for being at the right place at the right time, creating turnovers for you guys on defense, being in position to make that tackle and getting the guy out of bounds.
Yeah, there were big plays, and I got to give Scotty credit. That fumble recovery, he was down there, beat double press, and used his speed. And then obviously Mike, I think he hit top speed of his life chasing the guy on the kickoff return, and thank God he did. But again, Scotty too, he had a big block on Gronk's 3rd down run on that short pass. So yeah, it was good to have them both back out there.
We'll go to Joey Knight.
Coach, the way your safeties have stepped up this year, whether it's Mike Edwards, like you just talked about, and him playing the slot corner, and Antoine making the catch, I don't want to overstate it, but have they become kind of the unsung saviors of your defense to this point?
Of the back end, for sure. The defensive line, I thought they dominated this game up front. And, until the fourth quarter, that one drive where we got out of our gap a couple of times, but it wasn't the D line. But yeah, the safeties are playing at a very good level for us right now.
Gronk said that interception by Antoine was one of the best catches he's ever seen by a defensive back. How do you rate it?
It's up there, man. I mean, 5'11", or if it's stretching to 5'11", over 6'4", and if I'm the quarterback, I'm throwing that up every time. And most times that receiver's coming down with it or it's broken up, but to go up over top of him and catch it, and then the great job on the return too. So that's one of the all-time best I've seen.
We'll go to JP Peterson.
Hey, Bruce, couple questions about Fournette and Gronk. I think both of those guys had perhaps their best games yesterday. And just talk about the versatility that they give you. Teams can't key run or pass when both of those guys are in the game, and just both of their wills to on a couple of plays, just they're not going to be denied. And how that impacts just your entire team in the competitive level.
Oh yeah, the sideline. When Lenny runs somebody over, or Gronk gets the ball going down the sideline, you really don't want to be that DB. That's a big man when he gets a chance to drop his pads on you, and both of them really, it's going to be a hell of a collision, and they win most of them, and it really does fire up our sidelines for sure.
We'll go back to Greg Allman.
Hey, Bruce, I want to ask you about, if I could, want to ask you about Kevin Ross. I know you guys go back a long ways. Obviously, he's been through a lot this year, including multiple games where you guys lose a starter very early in the game and have to kind of adjust. Just want to ask you what he's done to get so many guys ready under difficult circumstances.
Well, Kevin was one of the toughest players I've ever coached and seen. So he brings a level of toughness to his room. He does a great job of having everybody prepared and ready to go, just in case their number's called. And you better play fearless, because that's the way he coaches.
We have time for a few more. Next, we'll go to Rick Stroud.
Bruce, you've had more than your share of injuries, right? But you brought back a veteran team, and to be able to win at this time of year and do what you did yesterday, how much of that is about pedigree and experience and not just Brady, but Gronk and really all these guys. So, you know, an older team, there's pluses and minuses, right? But are we seeing intangibles in this run right here?
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt, Rick. You know, and I put Leonard in there just the way Leonard's playing, and then for him to speak up at halftime. And but yeah, I think when you have a guy like Kevin Minter that you could just throw in there, he's not Devin White, but he's a damn good football player, and he's not going to not beat us. He's going to make them beat him. I think all those guys take that attitude that we're not going to beat us. And then you throw some young guys in there and you teach them that way. And it really rubs off on everybody. But yeah, I mean, just look at that defensive line. They're all veterans other than Vita, but Vita plays like a vet because he's around vets, you know.
Last question will come from Jenna Lee.
Hey, Coach, you inherited a team that was known many times for blowing leads in games rather than coming from behind. I'm curious what it's been like from your vantage point, like being part of this transformation where all of a sudden these guys go into the fourth quarter and it's like they believe in themselves. A lot of times there's no doubt in their mind they're going to come away with a win. What's it like being part of that, seeing that transformation up close?
Yeah, that's it's kind of been our MO forever. Same way in Arizona. Same way when we had Andrew Luck in his rookie year. We won about 6 games in the last 2 minutes. We take a lot of pride in being a really, really good finishing team, whether it's with the lead or having to go score to win a game. And we talk a lot about that. So, you know, situational football, especially 2 minute, is critical, and 4 minute offense is the same. So when you have quarterbacks that been fortunate enough to be around that can will themselves on the rest of their teammates, it makes it a lot of fun.
All right, that's all we have for today. Appreciate you taking the time, Coach.
Thanks, guys.